Stop making so much noise this time. Okay, what's up, my friends? Okay, I'm gonna give you my story, the parts of it that'll make sense to you at this level, and try to give some common sense and logic to the back end. Because the whole point of a lot of these things is to isolate people, and then when they talk up and speak up, make them seem crazy, especially if they aggravate you enough that you get angry and show any emotion, they'll be, oh, you see, he's crazy. They do this to everyone, all right? So I'm going to try to give you the biggest issues first. Because if I told you everything, you'd be like, there's no fucking way that one person can sustain this much attacks. Okay? You really wouldn't believe it. Okay? On top of the shit I had to deal with just surviving life and trying to be an honorable man. Okay? It's the system by design is out to keep you slaves. Okay? The function of the system is slavery from its primary function, right? But let's go into the important issues of how we got to this place and how a guy like me who, in IRL, when you realize how many fan groups I've had, how many thousands of people have known me, what the level of my performance ability has been. Okay, and I'm not talking in many, many realms. I am an overachiever. I am the anomaly. Everywhere I go, everything I do, I become the best because that's who I am. Okay, so it's not like I'm just some random guy. And I know that it looks like there's some newer people, the people coming in, and then there's the trolls who come in randomly to try to defend the fucking broken system. In 2023, to try to deny cancel culture you're an idiot. If you're not one of these groups who is trying to fuck people over and you're still denying cancel culture when Kanye, the presidents, fucking all these other people are being debanked, deplatformed, you gotta stop. Okay? You gotta stop because it's only gonna hurt you because we don't have much time left. Alright? So I'm gonna go into the recent thing with YouTube first so you guys can understand that situation because this is a very big deal. Alright? And it's a little bit unbelievable, but I promise you every single thing you will ever hear from my mouth, no matter how crazy it is, even going into my remote building abilities, all this stuff I tell you is 100% true, and there are witnesses, hundreds of witnesses, there's screenshots, video, there's server records, everything I will tell you is true, okay, and will be backed up. So, I had a channel called Psyops Gaming. I've already taught this story in my YouTube's community team is concerned about my recent comments. Okay, I have a video up here. It's already explained this. Look, I'm gonna give you a brief detail again. I got into I received a lot of injuries. Okay, so during one of these injuries, issues, I wound up going back into gaming because I couldn't do anything. Okay, I couldn't really move like I wanted to. So I started playing Counter-Strike and I became extremely good at it. Okay, and I'm talking about anybody knows like Counter-Strike. I started playing 1.3 a little bit, but then I really got into it at 1.5. And because of my martial arts training and my understanding of military tactics from just being a historian, I was extremely good at this game to the point where I was coaching open teams that were beating invite teams. Okay, and one of the devs from D Live actually knows the team that was playing. I actually beat his team. Okay, so people know me. Okay, and it's funny because the more people go look into it, and I always use different names because I understood the system and to protect myself and my people. But anyway, fast forward, we decided to make this channel. I had a Psyops Gaming channel. We had a body paint channel. I had several other channels that are going around. So obviously because what the system has done is take away real life advertising. You can't go and promote a show. Like between 2004 and 2007 is when the scenes changed, and you can't do anything outside in reality without social media. Okay? So, anyway, so there's Psyops Gaming channel, okay? And we have this channel, we were planning on using the Psyops Gaming channel as a test bed to see how the system works, algorithm, the SEO score, blah, blah, blah. And also because it was insane. How I started streaming games was an accident. I was playing a game called Ghost in the Shell. People said I was cheating. So I said, I still have a Twitch channel. I'll pop up. I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I'm going to teach you what I'm doing. Same as I do with martial arts, okay? So I started this stream, and immediately, first stream, 50 fucking people came in, Next thing you know, we have, between 1 to 200 people, and I'm making thousands of dollars on a relatively small audience, between 50 to 500 people come in, and I'm able to pay my rent on just streaming video games, because that's how good I was. And my personality in the gaming, I'm a shit talker, I know how to hold an audience, people love me, okay? And people love how I talk shit, okay? People would pay me thousands of dollars a month to hear me curse people out. And on top of it, I was almost unbeatable, unless you were cheating, all right? And this is not nonsense. I still have the freaking channel posted, and there's still things up, okay? Just think about a martial artist at my level playing video games, okay? Just get it in your head. It's just common sense shit. So what I did was, we were going through all this, and then everybody who's in that scene understands that there's a huge, multi-million-dollar market for cheating. To the point where it's like they cheat at the pro level, and the cheats they use are extremely, extremely advanced, okay? And you have to know what to look for, and they're all in on it, okay? I'm not gonna get into all those details now, but the people in the scene understand what I'm talking about. So I came up with a concept for anti-cheats, okay? Now, there's another issue that happened to the channel that's separate from my political views, because I was also doing a multi-variety stream where I was doing news broadcasts alongside of the gaming stuff. So it's nothing different than the quartering and Kim Pool and all these people. The difference is that I mixed my game channel with it, and I was extremely high level skill. Okay, when I'm talking about top 5% in the world, I'm not talking shit. This is who I am, and there's video to back this up, there's witnesses, and you can see my freaking, everything's there, okay? So I came up with this anti-cheat system because I understand body mechanics, okay? And I understand code, and I understand people. So putting these two things together, I came up with a concept that would be an infallible anti-cheat for basically aimbot. So I can end aimbot forever, okay? And this was years ago, just using basic machine learning. It was something similar to what Valve was trying to do, but they were doing the wrong thing. They were looking at it the wrong way. Okay, so I'm gonna make you understand why this is important. So me, like the good Samaritan I was willing to give this away for free. Okay, where I could have copyrighted, patented, trademark, whatever the fuck it is, the concept, and sold it off. I decided to give it away for free. Okay, so I went, and this is during the Battlefield time. And anybody who knows Call of Duty, Battlefield, the community is toxic as hell, and the cheating is so ridiculous. Okay, and you have to say to yourself, the devs have to be in on it. They have to be. At this point, it's so ridiculous and so obscene. Anybody in that community knows it, all right? But they have paid subscriptions, $30 to $100 a month to keep these cheats running, okay? Undetectable cheats. Go look up undetectable cheats for Call of Duty, undetectable cheats for freaking Battlefield. Just look it up and see what I'm talking about. It's a multi-million, maybe multi-billion-dollar industry that I accidentally went after trying to be a good Samaritan. So I go into the DICE and EA Discord group, and I say, listen, I have an anti-cheat concept that will work. I want to speak to any of the devs. I'll give it to you for free. I don't want money. I just want a little bit of name credit, maybe give me some skins or something. That's all I wanted. At that point, my stream was still getting, because remember, I was getting 3,500 viewers on my streams when we did, up to the Antifa protest, when they protested in New York City and Alex Jones and all that bullshit. So I was getting 3,500 viewers, okay? After I did the Antifa protest, all of a sudden, my viewership dropped to around the hundreds, okay? And I was like, I'm fine with that, fine. And then they deleted the stream, okay? Fine. We're still going. And at that point, they kind of shut me down, but they let us keep going, okay? They were like, shut up. I was like, okay, fine. We'll shut up a little bit. So I start with this anti-cheat thing. When I go into when I tell you the amount of people that came out attacking us, I'm talking about between 50 to 250 trolls would jump into the stream and would just be talking shit, okay? Just trying to fuck us over. I got death threats, and I'm talking about this is just baby level gangstalking. These are people from major channels and major corporations who came in writing in the stream said, we are going to end you, okay? We're going to get your house swatted, get you shot, okay? Death threats all up the ass. They will follow me all over the internet. And then one of them said, we have YouTube admins, don't worry. He's never going to make it. We're going to make sure of it. And this is in writing on a live stream. There's witnesses to all this happening. Okay, I'm not just talking shit. There's hundreds of witnesses that saw it happen to me. Okay, and it's combined with other issues, but I'm trying to make it simple for you guys to understand how this works. Okay, because if you want to see the levels of gang stalking and attacks I survived, your heads would explode. It would sound completely ridiculous. It's not going to make sense to you, all right? But I promise you, everything I'm saying is true. I just have that much balls, okay? I'm not going to be fucking bullied by a bunch of fucking rejects, okay? I don't care how much money they have. So, anyway, these guys went to Twitch, were freaking, like, basically streaming my live stream, trying to make fun of me. My friends went and found them, so I started streaming their stream. We started tracking them. And then I started getting, like, my friends involved. And my friends are not little people, okay? And the only reason we stopped is because I don't want to see little kids and, teenagers and young adults getting knocks on the door and their fucking parents freaking out, all right? It's not worth it, But I just don't even care. It just because I don't want the money. I didn't want, it's just like the community is so toxic and they don't want to let them be toxic. But anyway, they swore to me that they're going to get all my channels and all my shit deleted, they're going to fuck me over here, fuck me over there, blah, blah, blah. That's part of the reason why I kept streaming for one viewer, all right, for like a year, because I knew there would be a day that would come where all this would come full circle and everyone would start to see because it's so fucking obvious, okay? The thing is that, like, when a criminal robs the same store over and over again, they never think they get caught, they think they get away with it, all right? And look what's happening in the blue states right now. They keep robbing the same store, and eventually the fucking store leaves. The store closes down and leaves. And then they cry about it. Well, there's only two things that are going to happen with me. Either we're going to beat them, or I'm going to take it somewhere else, and I'm going to run my mouth bigger than you've ever seen before. And I'm going to get into my Facebook situation and my Instagram situation separately, but I want to try to make this in a way you guys can comprehend, all right, how I got affected and how they attacked me. So that's from, like, just the gaming world. And you can see I had video on my gaming channel, 60,000 views. Everything I paid. How do we segue into this without being? Because there's so much information to try and put out linear for you guys to catch up. But basically, I've had in one end, corporate people coming after me because of my gaming channel because I decided to go after all these anti-cheat people, all the cheaters or the anti-cheat. So DICE, EA, actual employees and devs were involved. There's a channel called Westy, where him and guys that were in his games were all in on attacking me. Okay? These are major players in that field. For you guys in the Tai Chi people and the random people coming in, you're not going to understand how big these people are that came after me. And it not just like, oh, you're a dick. No, they were talking about getting me killed, shot at by the fucking police, ruining my business, and they did a good job. You understand? Luckily in New York, everybody knew who I was. So I used to work for them. So anyway, so that's that part of it. And you can see immediately how the channels were affected. Okay? So right there is one little section of the gaming world, my political views on YouTube getting me fucked with. You gotta look at me as a person outside of this, right? I have extremely high level skills as a trainer and a coach, right? My music, career, in New York under a different name, thousands of people knew who I was. I was a fucking legend. Before the internet, I was signing girls' tits and there was no internet. All right? It got to the point where people heard my other name, and I was so famous in New York that I would go to a place and people would be talking about me, saying that they know me while I'm standing next to them, so they can get clout. That's how many people respected me in New York, all right? And I had several names where I would do different businesses. And that's how it went anywhere I go. When it came down to into the club scene, I was the highest paid pickup artist in history. I'm not saying this to be a dick. I'll start posting pictures on the community tab, all right? Everything I'm saying to you is true. I was a professional Japanese bondage rigger, okay? I headlined the Exotica convention. Just imagine that, the biggest porn convention in the world, okay? I headlined Torture Garden, okay? I'll show you pictures. It's not like I'm some random fucking dude. So how is it, and then I go into martial arts and fitness community. In real life, everywhere I go, all these top level professionals, world champions, all these people give me respect. I go to I work for the biggest fitness company in the world, no problem. And then I'll come here and the excuse that people will make for the shadow banning, is that you must not be that good, or people just don't like you. Okay? And that'll work with somebody else, but when you see the level of skill I have, come on. Alright? You're talking about look at the tags, okay? Look at that my drum video, so I'm putting up here. I'm putting up, so there's a record of my existence, and so you guys can see that it's obvious that they're messing with me. You can't say to yourself that a freaking basic fucking ninja, okay, from Brooklyn, with my charisma, my looks, and my skills, and all the SEO stuff was correct, is still a problem. Now, it's compounded by, general people, because a lot of normal people on the ground level, they benefit from me going down, because my existence brings the ceiling of excellence beyond their comprehension. It is what it is. I overachieved in everything in my life, and I try to bring other people to do the same thing. So people don't like that, okay? So if they don't go, so there's a lot of reasons why you'll see people are in competition with each other, right? There's a little popularity contest. There's a lot of circular crap that goes on. So I think, if you want to get more detail I might have given you in the YouTube concern about my previous comments video, that is really going into the gaming thing, but it's pretty much the same fucking story, guys. All right, and that went on for several years, okay? So it's very difficult to bring you guys up to speed because you guys don't live the life that I live. You don't have your hands in the cookie jars all over the place, and you don't have as big a stomach as I do. So I'm doing my best here, okay? Now we go into the Facebook situation. I was already getting, shadow banned since MySpace because, again, there's my political views, right? The fact that people like me and want to follow me, and that I basically inspire people to do better, okay? They don't like that. They don't like a traditional man inspiring people to be their best self, okay? It goes against the protocol. It's just obvious right now, okay? So, aside from that, I get on Facebook. Now, I use social media because I understood the system. I use it differently. For me, it's a business card, whatever. So, I've seen 90% of the people on my Facebook accounts, and I've had several accounts. Right? A couple of them got banned because of competitors' false reporting, blah, blah, blah. That was before the whole political thing got over. So, my third account, I had 1,500 people, right? And 90% of these people, I knew in real life, from the metal scene, from the music scene, from the fetish and adult entertainment industry, okay, from martial arts. These are people whose hands I've shaken in real life. I didn't just have a social media following of just random people. These are people that I know that I shook their hand and got their contact information directly, okay? So little by little, they started restricting the reach in segments, like the slow bowling frog. So what I do is not really remote viewing in a sense, but it's the closest thing I can explain to you guys what it is that I'm capable of doing, okay? And part of the issue with Facebook is that I was exposing things before they would happen, all right? I know it sounds crazy, I get it, but look into it, okay? And you can see my abilities in other things. It shouldn't be so crazy to you that I can do that also. All right, and then you can do it also. But that's not the issue right now. What I want to explain is that imagine these people who've locked us in our houses, had us walk the fucking, little arrows, and put your face diaper on, shut your mouth. You don't think they would come after somebody like me? Just think about it. Just think about it, okay? So, basically, I just always tell the truth. And everything I do is on the terms of service. They didn't break any rules. They didn't have any reason to come after me, so they made reasons. So I would get strikes and bans for posting content that's already on Facebook, and they do the same thing on Instagram. Sometimes I don't even copy and paste it. I'll just share it. On Instagram, that's that big thing. And I take screenshots, and I posted the screenshots on my account so that everyone can see what was happening. Okay? Slightly Offensive is a big channel, right? And I just press share to my storyline, right? And then I get a strike because I shared that post, but the content's still up. So it's a form of entrapment. It's here, we're going to show you this content, we're going to leave it on the platform. If you press this button, you're in trouble. What? They don't have anything on me. You understand? It's targeted harassment, and there's evidence of it. And I'm not the only one experiencing this. This has been going on for years. Okay, and I'm telling you guys, it's happening to you on a lower level because they're incrementing it in stages. Okay, so you got to start paying attention. So I predicted the lockdown to the day, back and forth. Okay, I left New York because I got a message. All right, that I would have to leave. And I saw it. I saw what they would do in New York. I told thousands of people, all my friends, some people, would be like, he's crazy, he's this. I left New York about 8-9 months, screaming to Belly Mirror, this is what's going to happen, this is coming, okay? And there's so many people who have witnessed it. It's not like I'm just talking shit, okay? I'm not some crazy guy. Everything I'm telling you is documented somewhere and there's witnesses, okay? Everything. Nothing I'm saying to you is bullshit, and nothing I'm saying to you is out your own reach. You can learn to do all this stuff, okay? But I was told to leave, and I fucking got up and left, and it was also through synchronicity given the opportunity to leave, and I've been in isolation, protected, okay, away from the crazy society, okay? Because God and my fucking spirit guides obviously had a fucking plan, because I wouldn't be here. There's no way, all right? But believe what you want. I'm telling you that there's evidence. So that's when the first thing started. And then, I don't want to say too much, but, okay, so we'll just keep it on the Facebook thing. So I started live streaming on Facebook, and I started, doing the political live stream thing, talking about how television works, okay, and all that kind of stuff. And during the lock situation, I started sending undercover cops, doctors, random people into places behind the TV cameras to expose what they were doing. That's what I did. Knowing that my life was already taken, my digital life was already attacked. So there was nothing for me to lose. All I can do is help people. Okay? I even predicted down to the day when I would get banned. Okay? So to the day before the election, and I told the admins what was coming, what would happen. Okay? So a lot of the stuff I'm saying sounds ridiculous, because how can one guy go through all these things? But it's a true story, guys. It's a made-for-TV fucking movie. If Satan's asshole wasn't like taking over Hollywood, I'd be a superstar. It's just obvious. Okay? It's obvious. Look at what I'm doing. Okay? How many plates can one man juggle under attack by frickin' Satan's asshole and still be here? So fine, I do the live streams. They're playing the same shadow banning crap in the live streams too. To the point where on my live streams, and my team has all the live streams backed up, you will see me say on the stream, it's 11 blah blah blah, watch. And then on the minute, we would go from like 10 to 100 viewers. Because they were locking me out of prime time. You understand? They were purposely locking me out of the primetime slot. So from 7 to 11, I could not get viewers. Okay? You guys think, oh, the notification bell, you have to hit it. Why did they make that? You got to understand, this is by design. Okay? This is by design. It's not just random. Okay? There's think tanks, there's nefarious people, and there's just, scumbags all over the place doing bad shit to people's minds. Even the founders of Facebook left on YouTube explaining what they were doing to people. So that's fine, it's all good and well. So we're getting shadow banned and attacked over there too. But I'm talking about some like random BLM, not like the whole group, like some like random like deities coming at me thinking that I'm white and saying they're gonna shoot me and kill me. And when I report it to Facebook, nothing happens. But then I'll get banned for sneezing. I'll get like a 10-day, 30-day ban for like nothing. For nothing. You understand? It's so obvious what they're doing. But the problem is they were doing it to me and people like me because they want to stop me before I can get started. They can't allow me to get a big following. Because if I get a big following, I can change the world. They do not want that. In 7 days, if I was like a president of this country, I would completely fix the country in 7 fucking days. And I already have a plan for it. Okay? Because you guys are so stupid thinking about protesting and arguing. No, you have to use lawfare. You have to understand the system and use their paper against them. And this is what like the middle and the right are just lacking in. Okay, they have they're sitting on their fucking hands. But this is irrelevant. I don't have any loyalty to any of these parties because they don't have any loyalty to me. Okay, so So that's another thing, okay? And then getting attacked by them and recruited them, fine. So I had a group called Lock Up the Left with 50 members. And I have all the screenshots of all the freaking attacks from the corporate, okay? They banned us the day before the 2020 election. Do you not think that's election interference? What they've done, the amount of shit I've gotten myself into at the levels I've got myself into is insane. And if the media was free, I would be all over it telling my story. And I happen to have very big connections. Okay, very big connections. I haven't pulled my cards yet. The same as when you guys watch me do Tai Chi and I'm explaining my system, I'm like, I haven't started yet, and they're fighting me. You guys haven't seen shit. I haven't started yet. This is just my default ready position. I'm just waiting. Okay, it's not been my turn yet. You guys don't know who I know and who's gonna come back me up. I'm just waiting for the right time to pull my favor cards. I'm talking about very high profile executive producers of major companies. I know people, but I keep things separate under different names to protect people because I'm not stupid. Understand? I'm not gonna pull my cards until it's the right time to pull my cards. All right? And there's no fucking way I'm ever gonna off myself because I will live out of spite to the last fucking day. So never gonna happen. And I live such a pure, honorable, clean life. Nobody has shit on me. What are you gonna do? The fucking vegetarian fucking renegade monk? What are you gonna do? With the fucking 20-year-old disabled dog? What do they got on me? All I've done is like literally help people, perform to entertain people, do charity work. I was a counselor in freaking high school. Everything I've done my entire life is so honorable and so clean they can't fuck with me. So what do they have to do? Social engineering, little games. Okay? You guys gotta like understand what actually happened to me. Now, how does this relate to your channels? If they're able, let me repeat this story one more time. Go to my channel trailer. It has 12,000 views now. We put it up 6-7 years ago, whatever. I don't know whatever it was, okay? This channel's been up for like 12 years, okay? I've had these channels up as dummy accounts, whatever. I put that video up after it, and you can see that the channel, we were doing all the proper editing, we were following all the rules, doing everything like, you have to do like this to be on YouTube. You look at my gaming channel, it was beyond expectations, and it's still up. And I'm telling you, I have world records in some games, okay? When I tell you the only people who can beat me were the top 1%, and they only shoot a 50-50, okay? Only a 50-50 at the top 1%, the rest are cheating, all right? And I've gone over it 1,000 times, so my gaming channel is still up, you can still see it. Okay, so look at those videos. Look at the quality of the editing. Okay, look at the the thumbnails. We did everything right. Intros, outros, the whole fucking thing. We had it down to a system. Go to that first channel trailer. We paid Google for Google ads. Okay, SEO score was perfect. It was like 2 points under perfect. If you typed in Tai Chi, Tai Chi, tie your shoelaces, I came up first. And at that point, Master Wong was like owning YouTube, and I was above him on search results. When you put in martial arts and Tai Chi, I was #1. I paid them for advertising, so I'm like, oh shit, we're making big progress. Let me fucking throw some money at it. So we paid for advertising, maybe like I don't know, a couple $100,000, whatever the fuck it was. In one day, we get 10,000 views, completely bot views. Google sent fucking a bot farm. There's no other explanation because humans do not interact with things like this, like that. You see somebody like doing the shit that I do, you would see people saying, that's gotta be fake, that's really cool, this sucks. You'd see some kind of interaction. You'd see upvotes and downvotes. It doesn't make sense, right? So the next day, all of my videos stopped moving and some of the view counts are still going backwards. My channel didn't move for 2 years. I didn't get comment responses. I have to go searching for videos to see who commented because they shut off my notifications. The whole point of shadow banning is they put you in something called a walled garden. A walled garden is the idea that you still have access to the site, but to the inside, but on the outside no one sees you. So if you're sitting there, everything looks like it works. Every one of you is in a walled garden, but the thing is, how big is it, and how many doors do you have open? You're not getting how this thing works because it looks like, oh, it's a big company. Oh, I must respect them, because you've been trained to be fucking slaves. You're not paying attention. What they're doing to me, they've done to you. And I don't care how many views you have, I don't care how many subscribers you have, they're doing it to you. And more than 60% of these channels that broke the 1,000 fucking blah, 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 and you think that's a coincidence? You need 1,000 subscribers to get email help? To get support? We messaged YouTube support, telling them that people are threatening our lives with actual death threats. And they did nothing. Same thing on Twitch, they did nothing. Facebook, they did nothing. Instagram, they did nothing. How is it that everyone's more important than me? And then they pull that I'm a white boy card. I'm not white. I'm native. Okay? This is not white skin. Okay? Just because I'm not black doesn't make me white. But they use that as a little thing, right? I guess that fucking matters. And so we go with that for years. I've been dealing with this shadow banning harassment for so many years. But the thing is also, you have to like, there's stuff going on. And then I have my personal life, where people are actually, I'm dealing with very high stress situations, extremely high situations. Just from running my business, to dealing with family and friends who are sick and dying, I'm trying to take care of. And all at once, all right? So I'm trying to fight the system while still being an honorable man and maintaining my duties to society. On levels that you guys would crumble. If any of you had to live one day in my life, you would fall apart. You couldn't handle it. And nobody, seems to want to or step up, so you know what? I don't need your fucking help, I'll do it myself, because no one fucking do anything anyway. So, one way or another, and I promise you, okay? I promise you this was coming. And people who don't want to believe, the whole like psychic prediction thing, I purposely, as a joke, right? Go look at my Instagram. I predicted all the boycotts 2 days before they happened, leading up to Supreme Court. Okay? If you can't admit that I'm kind of strange and it's not make-believe, then just go take the fucking blue pill, guys. Go take the blue pill. Alright? I can't give you any more to make you wake the fuck up. So, on the video yesterday, I was explaining this, I had a random person I've never seen before come in and start like asking dumb fucking questions. Who is they? Who is this? Who is that? Blah, blah, blah. Next day, today, all of a sudden, those shorts, those views I said, had no views, something's wrong, they just padded them with 200 fake fucking views. Don't be fooled, okay? What they've done is beyond moral comprehension. And you need to understand they're doing it to everyone on every level. This is a digital caste system. And this whole idea of this communist socialist movement, if you even pay attention to what that is, the bourgeoisie is the middle class, right? The working people. Because this fucking stupid, ignorant, drugged out autists that have been weaponized have been sold the fake dream that they should fucking like live off the fucking whatever. While they test it, it doesn't work. They're like retarded children. Okay? And that's what these people are using. They're using the weaponized autism. They're going to try to completely wipe out the middle class. Okay? It's only going to be hyper elites and peasants, like in the feudal days. Okay? That's what's coming here. And you're seeing it right now. All right? It is what it is. And it's kind of amazing to me that, people on all sides don't see what's coming and how deep this fucking round is going to go. So that's just the basic of the story, okay? This is I hope I made this clear. I went up against a multi-billion-dollar industry, okay? I went up against the government and all media by myself, okay? That's why this is happening to me. By myself. I made myself a target to save a lot of people, and I did. Because without me, I know hundreds of people who wouldn't be here for so many reasons. For the fact that I was telling people the truth and talking them off the ledge of self-deletion during the lockdown. That was like my job for months. It's just people calling me that they're going to off themselves. You guys have no idea. And if I really started telling you who I really am, your heads would fucking explode. All right? You wouldn't be able to accept it because it's hard for you guys to accept that, I'm this high-level martial arts coach. And even in this world, in the Tai Chi community, there's like people who are so delusional that you'll see me in the biggest fitness company in the world with my ID on, with the logos and everything, and they'll start saying things like the bags are empty. Okay? So we're in a weird time, guys. We're in a weird time. I'll do like, magic fudging demos, and I'll explain it to them and show them how to do it. It's like coin magic. If I show you a coin trick and oh, it's magic, he's a wizard, and I'll show you how to do it. I don't want to see it. You're the devil. You worship Satan. You made a coin come out of thin air. It's like the same thing, guys. So, what I need from you guys, look, I don't ask for much, but when you see these idiots trying to defend the system, you have to say to yourself, are they brainwashed, or are they basically, counterintelligent, they call COINTELPRO, counterintelligence professionals. There's like people who sit at a computer with 50 accounts, going to someone's page, talking shit about them to cause drama. Okay? You gotta understand what social engineering is. If you weren't ever in the hacking world, or you don't understand about any stuff, please learn what social engineering is. Okay? You gotta understand what's going on here. We don't have much time left, and we'll see what's gonna happen one way or another, but what I don't want to hear is any more doubt from people who should be supporting me. It's already enough to deal with life and then deal with all these attacks constantly. All right? And you know how it is. Anybody who's trying to become a leader or try to excel at anything, you always get attacked. That's how you know you're doing well. And this has been throughout time and memoriam. It's like anybody who's excels at anything, any kind of prophet, any kind of leader who goes against the grain gets attacked by default. That's how you know you're doing the good thing. If you're not being attacked by the system, you're probably a scumbag. If the devil isn't against you, he's walking alongside of you. I'm saying this again, if the devil's not against you, he's walking alongside of you. If you're going to sit here and in 2023, after high-profile people have lost their bank accounts, their jobs, their families, can't get health care, all this shit, and you're going to deny what I'm saying is happening to me at this point, you got to either be some kind of sociopathic narcissist that just wants to see people suffer, an idiot, brainwashed zombie, or you're part of them. There's no other options. What else are you? What else are you? So what I'll do is, if this doesn't start to play nicey, because I don't give a shit about the system, and in fact, I'm not one of these guys who thinks the system, because without these people, without the matrix, wouldn't survive. Okay? I don't want to wake people up from the matrix, okay? Because they won't survive it. If I was to fucking tell people everything I know, they would all be the world would fall apart. Okay? No, but we have to make sure that we create, think of it like this. We were born into a prison. Okay? We really were. We're born into a prison. You're forced to go to their school. You're forced to sit there for 13 years, okay? It's a prison. And who's it run by? The same people that own the correctional facilities. You go to a school in New York City, look how they look. It's a fucking prison. And then you wonder why you have all these animals in the streets. These people can barely count their change now, okay? It's bad. It's really bad. You gotta start paying attention and support each other, because the thing is this. They create a system where they isolate you, and even if you have a small following, let's just say you have 10,000 people, whatever it is, you're still being grouped into these little clusters, these little walled gardens, and they have subdivisions, and this is done by design. It's not random. There's a fucking million people on YouTube. Nobody should have, if your videos are being on the list, everybody who paid attention as it changed to the apocalypse and when Google ported it and all the people changed over, people who've been around seeing the progression. There is no reason you can't go not viral, but you can't even reach your own communities properly. People who think, oh, I don't see your problem, you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention that you're not being allowed to get to the reach. They don't want people sharing memes, okay? They don't want people sharing memes so badly that they invented AI to read the images and text and discern them. Okay? That's how badly they don't want people communicating. You can look at the right-wing people and what happened to them and how the left is what? But what the left doesn't understand is that they're next. They're next. Historically, this is what happens when any kind of, communist, socialist, whatever kind of dictatorship happens. They'll have one group that they gas up to attack the other group, trying to keep things stable. And then after this group is defeated and that government can take over, they attack the group that caused the revolution. It's just historical, repeated tactics. The left is next, and it's already coming. I predicted this in 2020, the day before the election. All right? And to prove it, look at my Twitter. Okay? And I have 2 Twitter accounts, by the way. One that I started for my rope bondage thing, and I let that die out because I was getting shadow banned, and the whole system was fucked. I was retiring anyway because it was the quality of people got disgusting. It was like 2-3 years before the whole Me Too thing, and everyone started getting crazy. The girls and the guys were getting sloppy looking. People were just not the same. And in the fetish community, they lost the old guard, which had the decorum, like in martial arts. Like there was a very strict honor code and rule sets and how you do this, and there's actually written contracts. And this new wave of people that added all the extra letters in the plus whatever the fuck, they destroyed it all. And that's what this agenda does. It destroys culture. Because they need to destroy your culture to be able to control you. And this is what happens repeatedly. This is what they're doing now. Alright? So it is what it is. But to say that what I'm telling you is crazy or non-existent, in 2023, look at me. Okay? Look at my skill set, look at the videos I put out, and you can go through the entire channel and you can see we were doing all the fancy thumbnails, all the editing, our SEO scores, all this stuff. It makes no sense. And you combine it with how they treat other people. It makes no sense. There's literally people put into power in these places that can go in and turn the button off. And it's not unknown. Project Veritas exposed it, the President of the United States exposed it, Kanye exposed it, Ice Cube exposed it, okay? Like, people are going, like, how can you still be this oblivious? And I get it. It's like, after being traumatized for years, you guys are like, oh, they let us go back outside, and okay, I'm just gonna put my blinders on and hope it just stays this way, I'm gonna hope it stays this way, I'm gonna hope it stays this way. So then you see people that are saying, hey, we're in trouble. Oh, I don't listen to that. So when you see these, counterintelligence agents, like that whatever girl came in, who's they? Who's this? Who's that? Either this person's living under a fucking rock, or they're some kind of agent. You're either under a fucking rock with brain damage, or you're an agent of the fucking Matrix. There's no... Like, how do you defend the corrupt system? Just the fact that none of these people have third-party oversight. Why isn't the SEC going after them? There's millions, billions... Google can get shut down just on what I'm saying right now. The numbers are not correct. Just think about how bad that is. They're already in trouble right now because advertising, and I posted a video about this, recording other people talking about it. There's two like Supreme Court things going on with them. A lot of things are going on in the background that the media is not allowing you to see. But you need to use common fucking sense and say the game has to be rigged. It has to be rigged. There's many levels of the rigging, and there's many different groups that are rigging it for different reasons, and there's many different groups who are using the big guys' rigging to their advantage. Sifu Don over here just told me this morning that he had the same issue happening to him with one of his channels, and because it was on the same email account, someone a competitor banned him, and then they took down his daughter's account. Okay? It's not just happening to me. It's not random bullshit. Okay? They don't want people forming self-organizing collectives. Okay? They don't want that. They don't want people talking together. It's very difficult to get a group of people together anymore. Right? Because everyone's been trained to survive. When you're survival mode, there's no me. Right? It takes extreme bravery to actually love and care about other human beings. Okay? Trust is a gift. When you give someone trust, you're leaving yourself vulnerable. And to forgive somebody, the reason forgiveness is a problem is because you have to eat the cost. In order to truly forgive a person, you have to absorb the cost and the loss and eat it. Okay? And the Tai Chi we always say invest in loss. Most people don't have the strength, the spiritual strength and constitution to be able, through thick and thin, when the shit goes down, to open up their heart and be like, yeah, I'm going to still do the right thing anyway. And in the best case, they become lazy. It is what it is. This is a serious situation that we're dealing with as humans. All right, I'm just using my experience because, like, again, I've already in my life, I've hit every goalpost I ever set out for. As a musician, I've been on magazine covers. I've had my records being played on the radio in 26 countries. Okay, I played and opened for every band I've ever wanted to play for. Okay, my CD release party was Cannibal Corpse, Demo Borger, and The Haunted at Limelight. Okay, fucking like. From there, I played Lemoore's 15 times, okay? Like, I played with Dark Funeral twice, like every major metal band that I ever cared about, like, I played with. Deicide, Testament, Obituary, I'm trying to go off the list, okay? And throw, like, all these, like, in the metal world, those are the only bands I want to ever, like, play with. So I reached the top of the food chain of where I wanted to go. I wanted to show my family, fuck you, you were wrong about me, I can do it. And I wanted to fucking go and play with the people that I listened to, that inspired me as a teenager. Right, they got me through tough times. Their music got me to, and I was to send my message, right? Trying to basically push Buddhism undercover, okay? So that was the goal, and I succeeded, and I had my small record label, I was a promoter, I did everything I ever wanted to do in that realm. Okay? And then when they killed the music industry in New York, I said, and I was working as a bodyguard for some porn stars. And I was at this convention, and I saw this rope bondage performance. I'm like, wait a second, that's whole jiu-jitsu, I know how to do that. I'm like, I can do that too. So after my car, I came back and I took over the fetish scene. Okay? So I did that too. And I met all the famous porn stars and all the people that was like doing autographs and all that shit too, okay? To the point where I was traveling to other countries to do performances. So, and that's another thing, on my other people's channel, when you see my performances, it has my name on it, all of a sudden, how are you not going to click the button when you see a guy like me with some like super sexy girl hanging upside down from a monster truck by rope, like an art installation, okay? That's who I am. I was a badass in real life, okay? Like, you see all these fresh and fit and all these fucking MGTOW people? Those people are talking about guys like me when they're modeling, like, like the proper alpha sigma male guy, okay? Like, I'm not talking shit. I'll just start posting pictures, and I'll put a video call, and you're like, what the fuck? How is this possible, okay? There's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with my skills. Okay, you got to admit, I'm a decent looking guy. All right, I talk pretty well. I'm charismatic. And I know a shit ton of people in real life. Shit tons of people. These same people I know, like, I'll be streaming a game and they'll call me. Why, you streaming? Why didn't you tell me? Why, there's no notifications. Like, I had my streaming business set up. They actively destroyed it by fucking with the channel, not sending notifications out. And then, obviously, over time, I can't sustain it as a single human, trying to take care of all my other people in the world and just live as a man of life. There's only so much one man can do, okay? It's just nonsense, but, there's no more of this, conspiracy theory shit, okay? It's not conspiracy theory, this is reality, conspiracy reality. And you just want me to tell my story here and that I can fit. Trust me when I tell you, okay, I've been sitting, waiting, just waiting. And if you see my prediction, I know you guys on the inside, you know what I said. And now you're seeing it coming. You should be fucking terrified. You should be terrified. Okay? Like, the guys who've been watching me on the big boy level, and you see what I was saying, and I told you what's going to happen to all of you. And you see, I'm just letting them know, just a reminder who I am on my Twitter account. How did I do it, guys? So it doesn't matter if I'm a psychic or a fucking genius. The point is, I was right 100% of the time. We used to joke called 100% accuracy. All right, because I'm hacking the fucking matrix. I told them what's coming, okay? I promise you, whether it's through me directly or through third-party channels, and if it has to be through outwardly means, this is coming out. The truth is going to come out. And everyone's going to pay. Mark my words on this. Mark my words. Karma is coming. You can't escape what's happening. The truth is going to come out, and I said this before, like a rubber band being stretched too hard. all the DEI things, all the extra letters that they co-opted the LGBT community and just like disgraced all these people that were my friends. I did security for the Pride Parade, I think 5 times. Guardian Angel, I did twice, okay? And then I walked in the parade with like the fetish community, something like that, you know, and I know how angry these people are, okay? It makes it look like on social media that, oh, you know, this is normal, everyone's, no. These people are fucking furious. They hate the weaponized autists. These people have nothing to do with that community. These are the people that are like the lowest, like outsiders of, you know, these are people that are considered lepers. And they're weaponizing these lepers. And they've used the LGBT and like, you know, minority groups as a cover, as a shield. Because moral people in the middle and the right don't want to fight until they have no other way. They're going to wait till the last second. That's the problem with good people. Good people have been convinced not to stand up for themselves because any time you cause confrontation is bad. Jesus was not a fucking pussy. I mean, whatever these fucking Christian groups tell you. And no, Jesus wouldn't have been against gay people, okay? Jesus would hang out with fucking hookers, drink, all right? And he was a loudmouth asshole, okay? He was not this peaceful little guy, all right? Turn the other cheek. I was taught by a Catholic school teacher. Did not mean to just like let somebody hit you again. No, it was a fighting tactic. You get punched on one side, turn around and punch him on the other. That's what a Catholic school teacher taught me. All right. So we have serious problems, you know, with what's happening to people, but we also have problems with society and how you guys have been engineered to think what right and wrong is and how you should like deal with people. And when you see people in trouble, are you going to actually stand up and unite around them? You know, like. Just think about like what I've offered, in the Tai Chi community specifically. Look at what I've offered you guys. Look what I've given you guys for free. You cannot doubt my study and my skill level. Okay? Nobody who's on my level or above is going to look at my channel and say this guy's full of shit and he's fake or he doesn't deserve his flowers. Okay? I've given you so much for free that no one else would ever do. Everything's behind the paywall. Only guy I've seen so far that's gone to this is the I Ping Tai Chi, Mark Ramis, okay? There's a couple other channels that give real stuff, like real good information for free, okay? They're literally helping the community. And you know why? Because real teachers, real educators never have something, they're never gonna run out of things to teach, okay? I don't have to hide, because like, you're gonna see all this free shit. Imagine what I have that I haven't taught yet. All right, imagine like all the training that has to go into, because now this is a little off, so you can take onto your own practice, all right? You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of good people left in the world. There really are. The problem is that good people have not been united. Only the bad people want to unite. You know why? Because the channels of communication are controlled by people who don't want us together. You need to stop being in denial. If anybody asks who they is again, just mock them. You guys need to start mocking people, okay? Like I understand, and some of you have to maintain your composure and your caricature. I know behind the scenes. I know the soul of people, okay? I understand humans. I know who you really are, okay? Like, and you don't have to come out your face. And I'm not talking about the big channels or anything like that, but I'm saying in general, you guys gotta start paying attention and you guys are doing the right thing. I'm already making plans to move, okay? I'll stay on the YouTube, you know, on principle and because I know I love you guys, I know you guys need me, okay? And for many reasons. But I'm going to start branching out and I'm going to start making a big stink, all right? And I'm going to start using other abilities to make sure justice is done, okay? Remember something, you can't win through protesting, okay? You can't win through violence. It doesn't work, okay? The only time that protests have ever helped is when police hurt someone, okay? And then they have lawsuits, and that's what gets the attention. It's when the bad guys do violence, and then you use it to spring up against them with lawsuits, with warfare. So we can skip all the physical violence and go through fucking verbal and legal channels and be violent there. Violence of action doesn't have to be physically violent, okay? It can be violence mentally. So you guys gotta start waking up and get into the fight, all right? Get in the fight. A lot of you guys are thinking this is a fucking joke, but I'm telling you, and I've said this throughout the years, now's the time. And if you see a channel like The Quartering with 1 million subscribers. Now he's like, all right, enough. You're gonna start seeing more and more people. All right, and it's time that people's. Because I'm telling you right now, if there's a class action lawsuit and we get discovery, we're gonna all be millionaires and see people in jail. So if anybody comes to this and starts saying nonsense, another thing, don't let them fool you with the fake views. They didn't just randomly pad my account with 200 views. They don't want you to see what's going on. I already posted pictures. Okay, guys, pay attention. So, I love you guys. I'll be back with some more Kung Fu content, all right? And I'm not going to shut up about this. I'm going to keep going, and if it's the last thing I do on this earth, I'll do it, all right? The truth has to come out, and there's people who aren't as strong as me who have offed themselves over this kind of harassment on social media, okay? It put my ex in a mental institution because she couldn't handle the stress. There's a lot of people who are hurt in real life. Imagine not being able to do business, right? Where could I, this is my job, okay? One of my main professions is being a coach and a martial arts instructor. If I'm not allowed to get advertising, where else can I advertise? They took down my Facebook, they shadow banned me and took me down on Instagram because I got death threats and I got attacked, okay? And I posted all the pictures, I still have all the screenshots. The community strikes I got were completely fake. Okay? This has been going on for so long. I just got banned for 180 days for someone attacking me, being racist to me, and threatening my life. And they banned me, okay? Because they've been setting it up for years, and I posted about it, so they're not going to do it. And there's people in the music industry who I said, listen, here's what's happened to me, I need a lawyer. You know what they did? They started gangstalking me too. And I have all the comments on Twitter, okay? So there's groups that are actually interconnected, and some are not, and they all have their own reasonings. That's why it's difficult to convey what's actually happening, because it's done in a way to make you sound crazy. Okay? It's done in a way to make you sound crazy. But when they can do it to the president, they can do it to Kanye, they can do it to freaking, all these other people, they can do it to anyone. And they're doing it in China all the time. Social credit scores, the Carrot app, like, you gotta pay attention, because that's what they want from you. They want you to have nothing, be a good little quiet slave in your digital fucking prison, in your social debt prison, because that's what we live in. It's a fucking prison. It's a prison. Most of us, if you miss one day of work, you can wind up homeless. If you don't work some slave job, you can't get medical care. Do you think that's coincidence? Do you think it's coincidence that if you are a slave from fucking birth to death, you can't get health care? Okay? Or you have to be completely destitute. So if you work and you're just at or above the poverty line, fuck you. Stay in your slave job if you want to fucking not die. Alright? Everything is by design. This isn't a circle, okay? It's a cage. Alright? And all of your cages may be slightly different sizes and different decorations, but every part of your life is a prison. The question is, are you allowed to decorate it? Where can you go? My life, you know how there's like in video games, easy mode, medium mode, hard mode, ultra, and God mode? I've been living on fucking ultra God mode hard my entire life. Alright? And you guys should really be inspired and respected, not be coming after me trying to put me down. So if you see people in these fucking comments with their bullshit, ooh, cancel culture doesn't exist, you're not being gangstalked, oh, they're not fucking with your channel, and you guys, alright? You guys gotta fucking wake the fuck up, and you guys start embarrassing these people. You guys gotta stand up and start talking back and use your voice. Why are you so afraid to speak? Because you're afraid they're gonna cancel you too? You're already fucked! You're already fucked. Stop being a bitch. Stop being little bitches. What do you think? And here's the thing, you're worried about your fucking, like, keeping your little, like, views. Most of your views are fake. Most of these guys' views are fake. Dude, majority of these people are using bot forums and click forums. Go look up, just search on Google, because Google doesn't even hide it, because they're probably making money on it too. Why is it that it's easier to find cheats on video games, paid subscription to cheats on video games, than an actual high-performing gamer's channel? Why is it that you can search, go buy cheats? Go search it right now. Buy fucking cheats for video games. Alright? Look at the subscription prices. And then watch the fucking content creators who are posting them cheating in these games over and over again. Okay? That's acceptable. Just think about what's happening here, guys. All right, I know it sounds ridiculous and it's crazy, but fuck, it really is. All right, like I can go on about this shit for hours and hours and hours, but you know, what's the point? You guys, you know, so right now I want to give you the premise again, you know, because I know people are gonna skip around the video. I went after EA and DICE and all the cheaters in the world who were making millions, maybe billions of dollars. Okay, they came after me directly, hundreds of people, levels of gangstalking, all right, coordinated, that would blow your fucking mind. But this is not the first time it's happened to me. This happened to me many times, because anytime you go into a new field and you try to expose something, or you do the truth, or you do something that's excellent, you change the bar, people attack you. Okay? The Fa Jing stuff and the magic woo-woo tricks I do here, okay? I just set the bar of training beyond comprehension. My abilities to the average person are unbelievable. My experience and my skill level and my history that's provable is unbelievable to the average person. Okay? So obviously I'm gonna have flack and attack you. That's how I know I'm good. Because if they don't, they have to either shut up their game or bow. Bow down to my fucking epicness. Because it's the only way we're gonna describe it now. Because being humble doesn't work in this time. You know, people don't respect humility. I cannot live the monk way and survive here. I cannot live in the old decorum of old martial arts and survive here, because these are playing my I'm playing checkers, you guys are playing fucking chess. And you're pigeons, so you're gonna fucking walk on the board, take a shit and smack everything and strut like you won anyway. So, I can't do it. I have to pull in my fucking, I'm a dude from the hood. I'm Brooklyn, I don't give a fuck. Alright, I'm gonna tell shit how straight it is, you know? So, that's where we're at. So if anybody, you know, has any questions, you wanna like, you know, I suggest backing up your contact to Rumble, alright, you know, back up any of the videos that you like here. Don't trust them because they've been trying to get rid of me forever. Why don't I have a Facebook? Why don't I have an Instagram right now? Why? Ask yourself why. What the hell happened? How is it somebody like me, who's been a performer in many realms with thousands of fans, okay, been on the fucking internet since MySpace, okay, my gaming channel, you cannot deny my skills. You cannot deny the high level editing that we were doing. You cannot deny that I had a fan base of a lot of fucking people. Alright? I had at least 300 to 400 like loyal, really loyal subscribers and fans that would rotate, donate, and keep the channel going around. So I'm not just some random guy. You're not gonna be able to play this fucking game with me. I'm too good at everything. Okay? I'm way too good at everything for you to come in and be, cancel culture, we're not stalking you, cancel culture's not real, okay, like it's not working anymore, alright? And again, I don't need a lot of people, I just need a couple of the top 5% to stand up for me. Stand up not for me, but for everyone else. If you're not gonna do it for me, at least do it for the fucking principle. Stand up, use your platform while you still have a chance, because they're gonna come for you next. This is historical fact. Okay, they go for the people that that they think are undesirables and divergents first, then they're gonna go for the big names, and then they're gonna squash the fucking middle. And that's the next step. So before it happens, you know, they have things like Rumble and BitChute where they deem them like alt-right, or this is where the undesirable people go. So no one wants to move, right? You don't want to get off, don't use Parler, or whatever the fuck these other things are, right? Because this is where the outcasts go, right? Rumble's not gonna be the outcast place for much longer. And they can say it on like their like old school media. Look what they did to fucking YouTube. They're trying to make YouTube like cable television. That's why no one gives a fuck anymore. Because these narcissists and sociopaths are so fucking delusional and like they're not getting it. They think that like they're in their little ivory towers, they think that like they're something we're watching, it makes us not want to buy the product because you just interrupted the thing we were watching. Anything that you put as an ad that we have to watch, nobody wants it. The only people that are buying those fucking products are those fucking idiot geekies. Maybe 1 out of 100 is a decent thing that someone actually wants. The rest of it's shit that other people are already gonna buy. I don't need fucking advertising for fucking Pampers and Dove soap because I'm gonna go to the fucking supermarket and it's all gonna be there. Okay? And it's like, what are you feeding us? Alright? These fucking people are insane and delusional and like the levels of narcissism and fucking like Dunning-Kruger effect are ridiculous, and I have to deal with all the fucking people in between. But whoever the fuck that person was who's, I don't know who they are, here's the thing about the last video when that person commented saying, oh, you know, who is they? I didn't even bother reading the whole fucking thing. But I'm like, you just ran through a whole video, and the one thing you picked up was who was they, and you're trying to spin it on me. Why didn't you ask what's going on that I paid for Google ads? I get 10,000 views in a day that are all bots. I have another one, Call of Duty World's Best, and I purposely made the titles in a way that would trigger people to talk shit. Okay? Social engineering 101, okay? So my Call of Duty video has 60,000 views. We paid for the advertising. All the views are fake. Okay? There's like some views, you can see there's some views that are organic, and you can see there's some comments. When you have 60,000 views on a video, and there's like no dislikes and like 20 likes, what's going on? Okay? With videos where it says, world's greatest FPS player. I put that title in talking to get people to talk shit. Because if they didn't, you have to say to yourself, Call of Duty lobbies are fucking toxic. Counter-Strike lobbies are fucking toxic on a level you can never understand. You want some old locker room talk? You have 8-year-old kids telling you to go fuck your mother. Okay? It's insane what goes on in these kind of like groups. You're gonna tell me when I come out and say I have the biggest dick in the universe, you're not gonna come in and talk shit to me? You guys gotta stop. Alright? If we went to court, you lose. Everybody loses. No one's gonna beat me. Okay? It's not possible. Alright? If this shit comes out and goes to a courtroom, everyone is fucked. All of you are fucked. And the worst thing you can say is, oh, maybe he's crazy, he's schizophrenic, he's a narcissist, because every guy, who has any kind of confidence is a fucking narcissist, right? So, okay, you can say whatever the fuck you want. It's not going to change the facts. It's not going to change the numbers. It's not going to change the fact that I had multiple death threats in writing in public, people gang stalking me in mass, funded by large corporations. You can't hide it. Okay? And I can go into before that in other places where I was gang stalked and attacked and filed to other countries and people trying to get me blacked and they couldn't because I always knew somebody else didn't. Or I always had some skill that got me out of it. Or like false allegations and I had video and fucking evidence, okay? Like, I've dealt with it all. God's not going to let me go down. Okay? If I haven't gone down yet, I ain't going down anytime soon. I'm on fucking mission, Like fucking Blues Brothers. I'm on a mission from fucking God, okay? Whatever the fuck it is. I'm not giving up. It's not in my spirit to ever give up on anything. And the fact that you've gone out of your way, now it's personal, it's a vendetta. Now I'm going to just keep running my mouth to the day I fucking die. And if I only wake up 5 people here and 5 people there, those 5 people will be 5 more people. That's the whole point. That's the whole reason I kept doing it. One, I kept streaming during the shadow ban was I wanted to make sure people saw I was still alive. 2, to prove that what they were doing is happening. Okay? And 3, out of fucking spite. Out of fucking spite. I'll do it anyway. Okay? I'll do it anyway just to prove the point because I know eventually it's going to come full circle. You motherfuckers are playing chess, I'm playing checkers. I have patience and I can hold a grudge like you've never seen. I'll wait and wait and wait. I will fucking get you motherfuckers. And it's going to be legal, it's going to be proper, and I'm going to get my fucking crown. Alright? I'm coming to take back everything that's mine one way or another. And even if it isn't under my name. Okay? Because I don't care, I'm already famous. I was already the fucking man. I still am the fucking man. I'm a fucking legend. In real life, I am a fucking legend. Okay? When I walk around New York City, I'm a fucking legend. And this is not bullshit we're talking about. Okay? This is like real life talk. Not only was I an amazing performer at every level, I've like helped hundreds, maybe thousands of people. Okay? Everywhere I go, every person I ever touched, I brought them up, or I've entertained them, or I made them feel at home. There's so much good karma coming behind me. You can't fuck with me if you fuck with everybody else. My record's perfectly clean, okay? I'm printed and have a concealed carry permit, all right? So I'm so squeaky clean, and countless attacks, all right? And real life is hard enough because I've been scumbagged and robbed and abused and orphaned in every fucking way. It's hard enough to deal with that. But again, my good deeds and my faith have carried me over and kept me saved, all right? I am a living testament that God in the spirit realm exists, okay? Because if it wasn't for that, I could not have survived this, okay? If it wasn't for the fact of me being a little bit ahead of the game and ahead of the attacks and knowing what they're about to do, knowing what's coming, and being able to feel and read what happens, and just like, literally like, just like Mr. Magoo, it's like, oh, there's a flower, and the cannonball was in my head, okay? You got to admit there's something else going on. You should be able to see my chi, okay? You should be able to see my aura in the halo, okay? You should be able to see it. So, anyway, I love you guys, all right? I appreciate all your support. And even you trolls who are on it, or you people who are unaware, wake up. Wake up, okay? Society's in danger, all right? And I don't believe everyone in YouTube's in on it. I don't even believe that corporate understands how bad it got on the ground level. I don't think it was part of their plan. I think, obviously governments and like corporations have a duty and a right to deal with some kind of censorship in the sense that protects people, political shit. I get that. But it wasn't supposed to bleed into normal guys' business, and it wasn't supposed to be able to be exploited to hurt regular people. That's where it's getting to a point where you guys are attacking the wrong part of this issue, going after the political thing and censorship. No, because you know what? They do have a right, and they are right when they do it in proper moral standing. They're not doing that, so that's another issue. But we have to separate that and see how those things have been exploited to attack people on many levels for many different reasons, okay? Same way the Me Too movement was exploited to attack anyone that says anything different. Same way everything's exploited, okay? And that it just hurts everyone, okay? So please, anybody else who's gonna say, who's they? EA Sports, DICE, Meta, Google, okay? A bunch of fucking, indiscriminate factions of the Tai Chi community. People in the fetish community, I've been attacked by them all, okay? Which they, for which specific part of the discussion? Because there's different theys, okay? You should understand who the fuck they is if you have common sense and can read, all right? Which they was I talking about at that moment? Do I have to keep repeating his name? Well, Thomas said this, and I'm gonna keep repeating the same fucking name? He. I'll just say fucking he. Oh, wait, I can't say he. How about Zer? Does that make it fucking better for you guys? All right, I gotta take a piss. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Comment below, share, like, subscribe, hit the bell button, because I obviously, in 2023, I gotta fucking hold your fucking hand like little idiots, and you don't know that you have to press the like button, and you have to subscribe, you have to hit the button. I get you guys competing with me, who steal my shit, and watch me, and steal my fucking shit, and never credit me. I get that part. You guys are scumbag little bitches, and eventually you're gonna get caught out too, because people who start seeing my shit, they're gonna start seeing you stole from me, and now that I'm gonna keep pushing the level so high, you can't compete. So you're gonna try to reproduce what I'm doing, and if you don't give me credit, you look like a fucking idiot. Alright? This shit's done. Karma's coming. Papa Saturn's not playing any games. Love you guys. See you guys later. Peace out.